Hey everyone, today I've got a really cool piece again. This time it's from Deryk Munroe. Um, it's his full custom Cypher, and it is an absolutely special piece from Deryk, and arguably one of his best. And I wanted to start off by showing the packaging because often when you buy custom knives, it comes in a pouch, a Bill's case, or something of that sort. Um, and from time to time, it's nice to have something that's different. Even though this is cardboard box, it has his nice logo on it, and on the inside, it even has a pouch. The knife comes in a nice pouch again with the logo, which is a really nice touch. Um, and the knife is in the pouch. Um, and the funny thing is, it does come with the COA and the date of birth for the knife, or manufacturing date, I guess. But the funniest thing is the band-aid. I've never seen a knife maker sending band-aids over in their box. I think that's quite funny. And I guess maybe a lot of people hurt themselves with the knife. It is very sharp. Um, yes, sharp stuff. Which was very, very, very fun, very neat. The packaging is thoughtful, and that's gonna be shown throughout this knife, the detail and the thought that went into creating such a beautiful piece. Um, Deryk has, I think, for a few models, I think his most famous is the Sigil, but my favorite is the Cypher, and this is one of the best ciphers that he's ever made. If you don't know, usually when Deryk makes the knife, his theme is always going to be something that's going to be for carry, or it's going to be an art piece that can be carried and can be EDC'd every day. Um, and most of his knives are, have stonewash frames, which this is part of that. But usually it's all stonewashed, not just, partly stonewashed. And it's going to be more plain, but he has a lot of textures that go around on the knife. So, starting off with the blade, he does not often use Damasteel, but this is one of the times that he does, and it's got a very interesting finish. I believe it is stonewashed, or it's quite highly polished, but it's kind of like a high polish stonewash Damasteel. So you won't need to be afraid to use it, because it is very nicely done, very sharp. The tip is quite thick, and I love how he does the swedge, or I guess it's like a cutout on the blade. But when you look from the top, you can see the swedges on both sides, kind of like an arrow tip, which is extremely cool. The flipper tab. Oh, and another thing you can see throughout the knife is the triangle theme. So the pivot is extremely beautiful, copper, and it has these little layers under it, which I think is just the coolest thing. And to match that, the flipper tab has a triangular, or I guess it's not a triangle, but there's a very nice cutout, on both sides. You can see the copper inlay is also there on both sides. And again, sticking to the theme of functional art, this is a non-spinning pivot, so if you do want to take the knife apart, You can screw that side out and not having to worry about this side spinning free. You know, very well thought out. Um, and the inlay is just perfect. You cannot get a closer gap than that. Just absolutely perfect. And the frames, or the frame on both sides, are both stonewashed, but it has his special ghosted finish. So I don't see too many knife makers out there with this finish, or at all. Deryk calls it the ghosted finish. I think it's some sort of laser edge. And that may sound like, okay, laser etch is, maybe you need to draw out the pattern, but you just kind of leave it there and laser the knife. But no. The guys at Munroe Metalworks told me that, this is actually one of the hardest parts to get right. And actually, I agree, because laser etching, normally it has to be on a flat surface. But this is a contoured surface. You can see that it's very nicely contoured. And the pattern continues from the frame onto the back spine. So this is the same pattern continuation. If you notice this line, it goes to the frame. You notice this pattern? It goes down here to the frame. So this is the extremely difficult part. How do you get a pattern to match perfectly on a contoured surface and on the back spine? One same pattern. Just really cool. And I love how it gives it kind of like a two-faced finish, and it's so difficult that, if you carry the knife and you mar it up or something, the guys said that, they don't think that they could replicate the pattern just because it's so difficult to do. But again, you would not have to worry, because it is also part of the stonewash. So it's actually extremely rugged. It's beautiful, dressy, and rugged. That's what I would want in a dream carry, huh? Or that's what anyone would want in a dream carry. Something special you can carry without any worry. This knife is just perfect for that. Let's see. Next, I think we can go into some of the small details that I really appreciate on this knife. The difference between something special like this and maybe a production knife is that it'll have a lot of contouring and chamfering. So notice that not only is the knife contoured and very comfortable, there's chamfers here, there's a little cutout here, for the flipper tab for your thumb or your pointy finger to land on. Same thing at the end. It's a very nice rounded butt. It's not sharp at all. It looks like a tip. It's not a tip. No hot spots. It does not hurt. Very well done. A hidden lanyard hole with a nice Damascus backspacer and pocket clip. And the pocket clip functions perfectly. Hidden hardware pocket clip. Also stonewashed, so it is also rugged. Or it won't show scratches. And at first I thought this was the lock bar cutout on top, but no. The lock bar cutout is actually inside. But they've also done this little cutout on the outside so that when you slide the knife in the pocket, it's just really easy because there's a little more space under here for, you know, it to grab into your pocket, and it's a nice, you know, carry. It only shows that much. Just lovely, just lovely. This is such a beautiful knife. You know, just notice the detail on the lock bar cutout. It's not just, you know, up and straight. There's a little bit of an angle here. Just beautiful. Amazing, amazing piece. The action, there's a nice set of jimping. The action is quiet, but it fires out every time. I actually liked it quiet, and if you're the sort of guy or gal who likes to flip knives all the time in the house, and your family is there, and they get annoyed, you will have to worry about that less because it's quiet. Although you can hear that the detent is extremely solid. You won't miss the flip, and you will not be able to break the detent. I don't have a lot of space to, you know, show you here, but you would not be able to shake it out. It's actually quite a stiff detent, but not too bad. You know, it's just perfectly tuned in my opinion. It's got a very thick steel insert as well. You know, not many custom knives put on steel inserts, but again, this is made not only for show but for use. So it's just great. Very smooth on the close with zero hang up. So yeah, just wanted to show you a little bit of the Cypher from Deryk Munroe. Thank you for watching.